Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Kyotoka. I'm Ryusei. Today I introduce one example of Japanese course menu, kaiseki in winter. In Japanese 24 seasons, this period is end of winter. And this period is called Daikan. Daikan is the coldest in a year, so I wish you will enjoy Japanese winter season, ingredients, and foods in this video. Yes, let's go! At first, I'll make an appetizer. Appetizer is called sakizuke in Japanese. And the menu is yaki goma tofu. The feature of goma tofu is smooth and chewy texture and rich sesame flavor. At first, I add kombu to the water and let it stand for 3 hours to bring out the flavor. 3 hours later, I remove the kombu from the water. Dashi is ready. This is Kudzuko. Kudzuko is a starch powder made from the root of the kuzu plant, and it's made in Nara Prefecture. It solidifies goma tofu. I add Kudzuko to the bowl, and I pour about 1/3 of Dashi. I started to melt Kudzuko in the water. Nice. I strain it in a sieve and pour Dashi. I mix them again and I add it to the pot. I strain the Kudzuko. Then I add white sesame paste and mix them well. Once ingredients are mixed, I add all Dashi. Nice. I turn on the heat and add a pinch of salt. I keep stirring not to burn it. The tip is heating it over high heat. This makes the finish more smooth and chewy texture. It takes about 15 minutes. It's getting firmer. I keep stirring over high heat as well. If you worry about burning it, turn down the heat to medium. I stir the side and the bottom of the pot carefully. Almost. Perfect. I transfer it to a container as soon as possible. This container is called nagashi can. I remove the air like this and cover it with a plastic wrap. Okay, I let it cool at the room temperature for a while. Then I add it to the fridge overnight. Next day, goma tofu is solidified well, and I remove it from the container. Goma tofu is very sticky, so we should let the knife wet to prevent it from sticking. We should let our hand wet as well. Nice. I turn over it. Beautiful. I'll cut it into 6 pieces. The knife is wet definitely. This knife is Yanagi knife. I recommend to use a long knife. Good. We can eat it with the sauce right now, but today I grilled it to let it look warm. I coat it with potato starch overall and remove the excess powder. Nice. I grilled it. You can use a toaster oven as well. Meanwhile, I'll make the sauce. The recipe is in description. Once it boils, the sauce is done. I warm the plate with hot water. It's good service for cold days. I like water sound. I arrange grilled goma tofu and pour the sauce. Finally, I put wasabi on top. Yakigoma tofu is done. This dish is sensitive sesame flavor and makes us feel warm. Next menu is wanmono. In kaiseki, wanmono and sashimi are main dishes. The flavor of dashi and the freshness of the ingredients are really important part of restaurants. That's why wanmono and sashimi are essential in Japanese course menu. And today's menu of wanmono is shirako no misore wan. Shirako is called milk, and it's one of the seasonal and popular ingredients in Japan. And this shirako is produced in Hokkaido. The preparation is very simple. I cut it into bite-sized pieces. Good. Then I add the salt and let it stand for a while. Meanwhile, I'll prepare the other ingredients. This is white radish, daikon. In Japan, daikon is one of the most popular vegetables in winter. I grate the radish with a fine grater. After that, I'll add it to the soup. I place the grated radish on a bamboo rolling mat and remove the excess water. Grated radish is an essential part of misore wan. It looks like slit. I push it gently. It is good to add the water to miso soup just before eating. And then I chop the stem of mitsupe and yuzu. I cut the skin of yuzu into fine strips and chop them finely as well. This will make wanmono beautiful. Next, I'll make suiji. Suiji is a soup of wanmono. I add 2 pinches of salt and the light soy sauce oshokuji. Actually, there is no recipe of suiji because chef changes the amount of seasoning depending on the flavor of dashi and the ingredients. So we definitely check the taste and imagine the best flavor. Yes, suiji is done. And this is tempura butter. If you're interested in, please watch this video. I'll deep fry cold milk. I coat it with cake flour and add them in the butter. Okay, let's deep fry them. The temperature of the oil is 180 degrees. I deep fry them over high temperature for a short time. Deep frying adds the richness to the soup. This will make us feel warm. Okay, return to the soup. I add potato starch with water to thicken the soup. The thickness keeps the soup warm for a longer time. Nice. Then I add grated radish to the soup. I stir it. Good. Mitsube and yuzu. Finally, I place cold milk on owan and pour suiji. Shirako no misore wan is done. Milky cold milk and refreshing yuzu are perfect combo. Next menu is otsukuri. Otsukuri is the same as sashimi. However, otsukuri is a more polite name. Today's otsukuri is yellowtail. Yellowtail is called buri in Japanese. Buri is a very popular fish in winter. And it's caught in Oita Prefecture. First of all, I'll prepare the garnishes. We call the garnishes of sashimi tsuma. And the most common ingredient of tsuma is daikon. This cutting way is katsuramuki, which is a Japanese traditional skill. When I was a student, I practiced every day. I cut the daikon very thinly. Okay. We can see the cutting board through the daikon. I chop it very finely as well. This knife is Usuba knife. I slice the knife back and forth widely. Tsuma which is cut by hand will be so beautiful and a nice crunchy texture. I transfer it to the water and start it. Great, tsuma is done. I pick it up and make it into a bowl shape. I rotate it. Good. And I'll introduce one more garnish. I also do katsuramuki. Okay, then cut off this part. And cut it into thin strips diagonally. Good. I roll the carrot with a chopstick. Like this. I add it to the water. We use it as a decoration. Okay. One more. I roll it with the skin side facing outside. Okay. Let's cut yellowtail buri. Today I'll introduce the cutting way kirikake zukuri. Kirikake means cutting a bit. We often do kirikake zukuri to cut the fish which has rich fat. First, this buri is a little bit big, so I separate it. And do kirikake zukuri. It is very important to move yanagi knife widely and smoothly. I cut a half and cut it. Okay. Kirikake zukuri helps the fish hold the soy sauce well. Fatty fishes repel the soy sauce. So we do this cutting way kirikake zukuri. The texture of yellowtail is soft, that's why I'm sure thick pieces are good. I recommend kirikake zukuri to make fatty and soft fishes into sashimi. And this is the belly part. It has much fat than it. So I do kanoko bojo. This is an also Japanese traditional cutting way, making mesh pattern cuts to the fish. The reason is same, it will hold the soy sauce better. Beautiful. I cut buri and align the pieces of the fish with knife directly. Then we can arrange them without touching by hands. It's good hygiene. Let's arrange it on a plate. This blue plate is called seihakuji. The feature is this light blue color. I place daikon tsuma and shiso, buri, wasabi, at last carrot. Buri no otsukuri is done. Buri has rich fat and it's good with soy sauce. Next menu is yakimono, sake no saikyo yaki. Yaku means grill. I introduced the sake no saikyo yaki in my previous video, so I'll introduce it briefly. At first, I make cuts to the skin side to prevent the skin from shrinking. Good. Then I'll make miso sauce, and this white miso is called saikyo miso. The feature of saikyo miso is gentle sweet flavor. That's why the taste of saikyo yaki is normally a little bit sweet. I soak the salmon in the miso sauce for 2 to 3 days. The salmon needs a time to absorb the delicate flavor of miso sauce. Okay, I keep it in the fridge. Meanwhile, I'll make kikka kabura. These are turnips. Turnips are called kabu or kabura in Japanese. I trim off the stem and peel off the skin. Then I make mesh pattern cuts to the turnip to 2/3. The tip is making cut same rhythm and width. And I cut it into 2 cm cubes. I soak them in the salt water and remove the excess water. And soak them in the sweet vinegar sauce for at least 2 hours. 3 days later, I put iron squat to the salmon fillets. Nice? Okay. Next, I'll grill the salmon over charcoal. The tip of grilling saikyo yaki is low fire. Miso sauce burns so easily. Please grill over low heat carefully. Once the salmon is cooked, I put mirin to make them shiny. Okay. Beautiful. The salmon is done. I arrange them on olive plate. The feature of olive is this deep green color. Finally, kikka kabura. Sake no saikyo yaki is done. Next menu is agemono. Age means deep frying. The menu is kinuotome no agedashi. Kinu means silk in Japanese. I'll use high quality taro kinuotome, which is produced in Niigata Prefecture, Gosen City. This year, I'd like to introduce specific areas of the production. I introduced this recipe in the previous video carefully, so I'll introduce it briefly as well. But I'll talk about different things before. The features of this taro kinuotome are silky texture and delicate flavor. I'll add the seasonings to the dish, but I'd like to keep the flavor of the ingredients as much as possible. And I add the richness and complement the flavor. I simmer kinuotome in the dashi with the bonito flakes. Beautiful. And this is seri. It's made in Miyagi Prefecture. Dropwort is also one of the popular and high seasonal vegetable in winter. Then I'll make the sauce using the dashi with simmer kinuotome. And at koikuchi, I thicken the sauce with potato starch. Then I deep fry kinuotome. To make this dish needs time, however, the taste is special, delicate flavor, silky texture of the ingredients, and the richness from the sauce and deep frying. I arrange it on seiji plate. The feature of it is this light green color. If you like Japanese plates, please remember seiji and seihakuji. The name is similar, but the color is different. Finally, seri and grated ginger. Kinuotome no agedashi is done. Next menu is mushimono. Musu means steaming. And the menu is chicken chawanmushi. The course menu is almost finished. I hope you will enjoy warm and fluffy steamed egg custard. Shiitake mushroom will give a rich flavor to the dish. Mitsuba will add the refreshing and make chawanmushi beautiful. And the main ingredient is chicken. I add the salt over the chicken and blanch them for 2 minutes. Today I cut it into a little bit big pieces, so I cook them in the hot water. Okay, I'll make the egg mixture. I boil the dashi and seasonings before mixing with the egg mixture to remove the alcohol from mirin. Once it has cooled, I add it to the egg mixture and strain it in a sieve. This helps to make smooth chawanmushi. Add the ingredients to the cup and the egg mixture. Okay, I'll steam it. First 90 seconds over high heat and 5 minutes over the lowest heat. Meanwhile, I'll make the sauce gin'an. I season the dashi with salt and light soy sauce. And thicken the sauce with potato starch. This sauce will keep chawanmushi warm and moisture. Perfect. I pour gin'an over chawanmushi. Chawanmushi is done. The texture is really soft and fluffy. At last, oshokuji. Oshokuji means meal in Japan, but in kaiseki, oshokuji means rice, miso soup, and pickles. Today I'll introduce oyster and rice, kaki gohan. Kaki means oyster in Japanese. This oyster is from Hyogo Prefecture. I'd like to introduce Japanese oyster, so I bought the oyster with shell. Very milky and big. Looks so delicious. And I'll use these oysters to make kaki gohan. They are produced in Hiroshima Prefecture. Hiroshima is one of the famous places for oyster. And these oysters are sold without shell. This style is more common in Japan. I prepare dashi for cooking the rice. Then I add mirin, soy sauce, and salt. Okay, I stir it lightly. And I add oyster to the dashi. Oysters give good flavor to the dashi. I simmer it for 4 minutes over low heat. Okay, I remove them. Good. I cover them with a plastic wrap to keep the moisture. This is the ginger. I'll cook the rice with the ginger. Ginger will give refreshing smell and flavor. Good. Let's cook the rice. Dashi. And chopped ginger. I split it. Then I cover it with a lid and cook it. Okay, the smell of dashi and ginger is amazing. Add the oysters and heat it. And let's open it. Beautiful. I added the leaves of Daikan. This is the last menu of winter course, kaki gohan. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'd like to keep making seasonal Japanese course menu videos. And if you like this video, please teach me. And I'm looking forward to next season. Thank you for watching to this end. I'm so happy I was able to make this video. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you later.